Welcome to Alicante. Well, at the moment, welcome to our car because we're inside the car, and the reason is it's very windy out again today. We're down in Alicante because there is a motorhome show on today here, and we haven't got a clue what to expect.
The car park is heaving and there are lots of motorhomes in it.
Yeah, there is a lot of cars here and a lot more motorhomes here. Maybe need to explain a bit better. A lot more other people that have turned up in their motorhomes here.
Yes.
This is an indoor arena thing, so we don't know. We come down to have a look, see what we like, what we don't like. Honestly, we don't think we're going to be buying brand new when we do get around to buy them, but at least with the volume of motorhomes here, we are hoping that we can get a really good idea of our preferences, what we would like should the option come up.
Yeah.
With that said, we are going to go and take a walk to the entrance because we actually don't know how to get in.
It's going to be very peoply.
It's going to be very peoply. We'll do our best. We shall fight through it. Get on him.
Just go to the Entrada then.
Yeah, we pre-booked tickets online, so we're presuming we can head straight to the entrance and go straight in.
So no, we couldn't just go straight in. We've got to go and get it printed. Perfecto, gracias.
Hi. Right, so we're here, and okay, so this could take us quite a bit of time to see. We're now at what is this, Adria Compact Plus DL. 86 grand for that.
7 metres.
7 metres, so it's quite sizable. But I kind of get the feeling, based on the size of the boot here, this is going to be the bed layout that we're not overly keen on. Now, I don't even know if we're really allowed in here, but
it's
nice.
A twin bed type.
So we don't mind that one, do we? Where it's got the twin bed with a little centre thing that pulls out. The ones we're not keen on are the ones where it's like a flat camp bed. You feel really close to the roof and it's quite enclosed. This is not bad. We don't just like that.
It's still not much space. I mean, if I were to actually sit on it, my head is on the roof.
Yeah.
My head is touching and my bottom's not really.
Yeah.
I mean, I could sit on it, but I don't want to. But this would be no good for a tall husband.
No. It's nice though.
Yeah. 3-burner ring, which is quite nice.
Ooh.
But it's a different layout to the ones that we've seen, because the others have all had like square. That's at least that way, and I do love this where you can wash them and it rinses off straight into the sink. That's really
That's
good.
a good idea.
If we could get something that has something like that, that would be fabulous. So storage is actually quite good. That's sectioned off.
It's lovely, nice. But as we all know, I'm a bit of a cheapskate. The thing that keeps crossing my mind is this is 25 grand more than the equivalent in other brands, and I don't see 25 grand of difference in here.
And the other brands that we saw that were 25 grand cheaper had an extra bed to that. They had a bed that was standard or static, They had the bed that you could make up here, but they also had a drop-down bed that was either above the cab or above the seating area.
Yeah.
And this doesn't have that either.
Alison's just discovered a solution that if I'm ever a really bad boy...
Found a doghouse for Darren.
I'll
In the doghouse.
in the doghouse. So this is a Benimar,
Benimar Tesoro.
and we'll show you the write-up and the price when we get outside. We just thought we'd come in quickly while it was empty and we get a chance to have a look. It's got one of the bed styles we quite like, which is the twin beds again with this central thing here that slides out. It does. The reason we like this particular setup is it gives you the roomy bed, but you also get the benefit of quite a large garage with it, quite a large boot space, if that's the way you want to look at it. It's a good happy medium for us. Darling, have you noticed most of these today have got the sunroof thing that I adore? I really love those sunroof things, mainly because it, to me, lets in a lot more light, and we're quite outdoorsy people in the sense of we like being connected to the outside world, and some of these vans do feel a little bit trapped in a box.
Although that is kind of partially over that shelf. It's got a shelf above the cab, so you wouldn't get as much light from it as with some, but it's still a definite benefit. You've got a pull down bed that's above the seating area, although also slightly above the cooker, which seems a bit strange. I do like this bit though, because you do have the option to be able to close a door between
It's got a dividing door here, has it?
Part and the living space, and then your bathroom and shower room are this side. So you could still. Is there another one? No, there isn't a second one, but you know you could.
No, but I know what you mean. You can separate this back end off quite nicely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So for us, especially
this, actually,
with Spud, if we wanted to have those doors open, we could put him in this part, close that off.
Yeah.
If he wasn't comfortable with it at the time. So you've got, for the toilet, you've got a slidey. I don't know if it will, because some of them are taped. Oh yeah, it will. So that comes round, so you have your privacy while you're on the toilet. You've got a nice there.
Cupboard.
No.
Oh, air vent.
Yeah, that.
Sunroof, air vent thing.
Very twee little sink. I do like that little sink.
Yeah.
And then you've also got
lovely
the same for the shower with its own air vent again. Yeah. So you could have both open and get some quite nice airflow.
Yeah.
It's got windows, it's got another air vent hatch, whatever you want to call it, above bed, and a big window one side and a small window the other. Oh no, it's not. It's a big window, but they've just pulled the lines up. So that's actually really nice.
Yeah.
I assume this, I think this goes into the garage. Oh no, it doesn't.
Oh
look. But that will only work if you don't have this. That only works if you don't have the extra bit in.
True.
My Pia could get up there and get onto the bed, but not if you have this piece pulled out.
But what we do like is we like the gadget.
Oh, it's a lovely gadget.
It's a lovely gadget.
It's an awesome gadget.
It's a cool gadget. Right, we really like this. However, haven't looked at the price yet, darling.
Yeah.
Let's go and have a look at the price.
80 something, I think.
Well, they've all been about 85, haven't they? Well, it's kind of heading in the right direction. Now, although we've turned around and said that the sort of camper van style is possibly not for us. I've got to say, we do adore the look of them. I think
that's a beefcake.
Is so cool. That is awesome.
That is
I mean, there's decent room in a van like this, but at the end of the day, it's just missing that little bit of extra space that will make us comfortable.
Yeah.
So
if it was just for a weekend vehicle, it would be fine.
yeah.
But I think for the 6 of us to live in on a wet day with 2 really soggy dogs, that's going to be a bit difficult.
You were saying you wanted a camper with a large garage, didn't you?
I was, and I said I would like something like a smart car to take with us, so we don't have to take the camper everywhere.
Very much so.
Don't think that's quite in our budget though.
So flipping to the other end of the scale here, we speak about the vans, the camper vans, being just a little bit on the small side. Now this particular model here would give us bag loads of space. This is over 8 meters long. For us, that's going too far, isn't it?
I think when the one that we've seen before that our hearts are invested in is 7.8 metres, and I was a bit concerned that was too long and we would be restricted as to where we could take it.
That's the main point, is that for us, one of the issues with these longer camper vans is we're concerned about the restrictions on where we can get it. So we're now going to go and have a look inside a St Louis Nevis 281, 85 grand. McLouis.
McLouis, not St Louis.
St Louis.
Where did you get St Louis from?
I don't know. Take me to St Louis. Okay? We're going to go and look inside. This is what we call an integral version, which means that it's had the front end, this is how I put it, but had the front end completely adapted as well. And this particular one, and the reason we wanted to come in here, is it's got the bed that we absolutely love, because I just think it feels a little more like a normal bedroom.
Plus you still get some boot space underneath it.
Yeah.
You still get a decent garage.
Yeah, we'll show you when we get
quite
outside.
high.
Yeah.
But you can still get round to it, and you know, a Pia could go around there and jump on it without needing the step ladder that you still get.
Yeah. I mean, we will show you when we get outside. These do get a really good boot space.
And it's also a much more reasonable height than the static beds.
And again, it's actually, this version here has got the separate shower and toilet thing you like.
Yes.
This is nice. I do like this.
Come this way and do the toilet area too. You've got the concertina door. Does that door close there?
Yep.
Oh, you've got a proper fully opening window there.
And this, nicely, in a second.
It's a really nice glass.
That's cool.
Splashback with
that is
beds.
lovely.
Yeah,
but again, see, my sensible brain loves that. No, my artistic brain loves that. My sensible brain says
doesn't, because when the legs go.
Because when the legs go, potentially you have to replace the whole thing. Again, this is, I mean, that cockpit area and this area is absolutely stunning. This is really lovely.
I prefer the integral ones. I know you prefer the what they call a perfilada, where you still have the bonnet of the truck first.
Actually, what we'll do, let's nip outside and we'll just, for anybody who's not aware, we'll quickly show them the difference by standing at the front. Yeah. So we're just going to go to the front of this one and just show you the difference. So the way I describe it, if we look at this pilote over here, what you'll notice is the front of that unit looks like a normal van with almost living quarters bolted over the top of it, whereas this probably started life off as a standard van, but they've completely changed nearly every external panel, giving it a more traditional, would you call it, motorhome look?
Yeah.
Like completely purpose built. The beauty with that is that the cab on this one is a lot more roomy. As the driver and passenger, you get a lot more room in the cab. The downside, as you can see from the passenger side here, is there's no door.
But there is on the driver's side.
Yeah,
On this one, there's a window here, and there's a door on the driver's side, as well as the door to the camper, so you can go either way.
So this one comes in at the grand total of, well, 92,500. Is that?
Yeah, because that's including the tax.
Right, to explain very quickly what goes on here in Spain. So this is the sale price including IVA or tax, but here in Spain you also get a, we don't know what you call it, but we call it a motorhome tax, which gets added on top, and as you can see, increases the price quite dramatic. Now, something we will admit to here, and this is probably going to come across a little bit, what's the word I'm looking for? Nitpicky. And doing things just based on look. But we're not keen on these type here, which is, I don't know what you call them in the UK. What are they called here? Cabochon.
Cabochon.
Cabochon versions here.
No, capuchin. Capuchin. Like a monkey.
Yeah.
I love the idea of sleeping above the cab like that, but I just don't like the look and the way it overhangs.
I don't know, that's really silly, considering this is supposed to be our home. So we're now inside that tiny little caravan. Look, we're never going to be buying this. This is totally impractical for what we want, but Alison's right.
Look at the door.
It's so cute. Could you imagine being sat on up in Javier on the edge of that mountain, looking over the ocean, and that's your view? Because this area here makes up a bed, and
but you've also got a ramp for a motorcycle or bikes or something to bring the bikes in.
We produce it. We are some producers. We're doing everything. Y los panels and todo. The price of this one is
in español, ¿sí?
17 en español.
Wow.
So that's 16,000 euros.
17.
So it's 17,000 euros. And like I said, although for us it's probably not the most practical thing, I think that is incredible for 17,000 euros. You want something to tow around and just, that's incredible. These guys were just telling us that they actually designed this, and what the gentleman's brought over here is this here.
It's his original sketch.
His original sketch for this.
And look what it's got on the side. Happy.
It's a happy caravan.
That's true. It's
Oh,
is it on the back? Oh, no way. That's lovely.
that's spot on there.
It's actually called the Happy Model, Rick.
No, let's walk away before we buy one.
Yeah,
So, in usual Darren and Alison style.
we're getting sidetracked by stuff we can't have.
Yeah. So we've come here looking for a motorhome, something practical, and we have now spent far too long staring at very cute little caravans that are completely and utterly impractical. But how cute.
Oh, that's just adorable.
Now I know we turned around and said we didn't like these capuchin, the bed over the thing, lump, whatever you call it, motorhomes. But out of fairness, we're going to give them a shot, and we're actually going to go in and have a look at this one. Now this one's by a company called McLuey, and It comes in at a grand total, I'm presuming that includes the local tax, of 71,000. It looks quite nice inside, I must say, as we go in. I'm pleasantly surprised. Again, I might be being deceived here by the lights, but it seems airy again.
This one's got a toilet and shower side by side rather than one either side of the vehicle, but it's still a fairly good size. We haven't got the lights on and there's only one window, which is a bit of a shame. I think the toilets swivel as well, don't they?
Do they?
Yeah,
Oh, that's
because
handy.
you'd be smacking your knees on here, so I think you can swivel the toilet round so that your knees come into the space.
That's cool.
It's quite a nice nice storage space in there though.
Yeah, and there's another cupboard down here beside, beneath the sink. So good bit. There actually seems to be a lot of storage because you've got all that storage over the bed.
Yeah.
It's just nice little cubby holes and stuff.
Oh, it's actually quite a good size.
That is a huge
freezer,
fridge.
'cause you've got like a chest freezer, which we haven't seen in any of the others. It's just been an
really
opening
good.
door, so you've got, there's your freezer space, but you've also got a quick freeze space here. Or is that, no, that'd be for veggies maybe, like a cooler.
Possibly.
Oh, I don't know. But well, it's actually quite a good size wardrobe with hanging space. They're usually a lot shorter than that, aren't they?
Yeah. But we must say that the one thing we were never keen on with the motorhomes is when you've got a full like dining area. We much prefer, because we found that when you've got this setup here, you lose a bit of space in the rear, don't you?
Yeah.
Whereas when you've got just a single seat on this side and then these chairs swivel, you tend to gain a bit more space at the rear because you're not needing this extra chair.
The bed at the back is actually a much more reasonable height as well.
Is it? Yeah.
The other ones we've seen have been here, haven't we?
At that height,
At booby height.
at booby height, whereas this one's a bit lower. That's actually better.
Do you know what?
I think that's
wonder
actually a lot
if you
better.
might be able to change the height of this as well. Because if you look at the sides, you've got seatbelt type things that
for
looks like you
dropping it.
might be able to make it higher or lower.
No, we've
So
never
by
seen this
which
before.
time it would be the same kind of height
Possibly.
as the others.
What Alison's talking about, and we've never seen this before in any of the camper vans. Like I said, we're new to all of these things, so we've seen in some of them that the back bed, when it's in that orientation there, sort of across the width of the van, you do seem to be able to lift the bed height up and down. It seems to be on some kind of pulley system. Could be wrong. We're going to go and have a look in the boot and see if that is what's going on. So yeah, that's what we were talking about.
Yeah.
So, like Alison said, this is like made out of some seatbelt material, and we believe these whole sections do
Drop or
come
raise.
down. I presume they come down onto these.
Yeah.
So yeah, new one that we've learnt here today is that they do drop.
But look, so it's level with the top of the door.
Yeah.
There was a bit above it, which meant you could make it higher to put more stuff in here. But if you look over there, you can obviously drop it to here to make it a much more manageable
Yeah.
to get on height, which actually,
Isn't a bad idea.
yeah.
Right, so we really have now completely lost it. We're now looking at scarves and blankets, so yeah. These scarves and blankets and stuff, quite a number of them are handmade, and we're about to get a demonstration. I've got to say thank you. That's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right.
Keep it going.
We will put some details for these guys in the description for this episode. Seriously, I think the world misses a lot of these old trades, and people should be doing them more. It amazes me. So we have actually now managed to drag ourselves away from the cute stuff and the nice stuff and the loom, back to the motorhomes, and we're now at the area for Challenger motorhomes, and we're going to have a quick look at a couple of these. I quite fancy looking at the sports edition over there, just because the colours are unusual. But
looking at that, I would say it's short.
yeah, let's have a look in here first. So this is the shower room, yeah?
Yeah. It's not huge, but it's
Functional.
tiny. Yeah.
Does the job.
Yeah. Oh,
And we've got the toilet
window.
facility
Is
there.
there a window in there? There's a window above.
A window, tiny window there, isn't there?
Yeah. I assume this goes into the garage.
Yeah.
I'll let you investigate that.
Well, it's going to be just a hole.
Yeah.
Yes.
So how much space is there in this? Hang on.
I imagine it goes over. Yeah, I was going to say
Oh.
that's going to be quite sizable, isn't it? 'Cause
That's
it's
quite good.
over the entire garage. Yeah, that's
And I
over
like
the whole
the-
garage area.
I like the bits that
That's
stop
actually
things from
really,
falling out.
Really big storage.
It is. Close that all off.
Yeah. Nice closed off area. Kitchens. Again, it's functional,
Compact and bijou.
particularly
Oh, I
with the
like that.
extra little flat noodle on the end.
Flap doodle, but no extractor.
No.
Not as many storage bits, but it's sufficient.
Yeah.
Look at
Again,
the size of that.
decent sized fridge.
That's a really good sized fridge
Yeah, got the freezer above.
with a drawer underneath. Average sized freezer.
Yeah.
What's in here? Anything? Oh, your back box to here, but still
yeah.
enough storage
Bit of
without
extra storage
that.
though.
You've got your
TV
space here
unit.
for your TV.
And then
Bed above your head.
I'll come back here so we can see. Yep. So that's pretty much the only real main bed here though, isn't it?
Yep. Because that's just storage above there. But again, you've got the sunroof, for want of a better description, above storage, and it won't really let much light
Yeah.
in. Oh no. No, it's actually quite
And then one of
quite
these
substantial.
wiggly woggly table things.
No,
Not comfortable.
no. Because you sit there and this piece comes forward, so it kind of forces your head forward. No, I'm not keen on that.
Right, we're now at another Challenger. This one's slightly longer and it's got, again, quite an interesting layout for us.
Strange.
It is strange. So, shower to one side, toilet on the other,
Yeah.
and that, I presume, again, closes to shut off the bedroom and... Bye then.
Bye then.
Well demonstrated.
Thanks.
In the back here, it's got kind of, like I said, like a single bed there, but then like another
Electric drop-down bunk,
bed there.
which comes all the way down by the looks of it.
That's a strange little setup.
So that's like squishing a person to like this height.
Yeah,
That would
that's a
be
strange
bit-
setup. However, at this end, so we've got the kitchen there, then we've got like a dining area here with one of these fold up, move around table malarkeys, and then the bed. which is one of these drop down thing, and that looks like a really sizable bed. And I love the circular lights on it. That's quite stunning.
Yeah.
However, based on Alison's original opinion of seating in the other one, I don't imagine the front seats are going to be particularly comfortable.
No, it's going to be the same.
So, but I,
Interesting layout on the fridge,
don't
though.
completely dislike it. What's the difference with the fridge?
Well, I don't know how that opens, but it obviously does.
That's like a freezer box, is it?
Yeah, I would say so. But I mean, it's really tall and really thin.
Yeah. Okay. We're still on the Challenger stand, and we've just come into this second-hand
2019
2019 unit, and
Mageo.
this is like a jigsaw puzzle in here, or one of those puzzles you get in your Christmas crackers. What is going on here?
We did have a bit of a WTF moment, didn't we? But that would get bleeped out.
Yeah.
So these two are both electric by the looks of the bands at the end.
So they go up
So
and down.
they go up and down, so you could have them at whatever level you wanted. But there's also seating underneath, so you could have these right at the ceiling and have more seating here.
So this is like a two-person dining table affair.
Yeah, but then there's storage behind that's random.
Well, that is, like Alison says, that's really random. I actually don't, because you've got a table and chairs there, but then you've also got a full table and chairs there. Okay, so we've come to a stand now, which is for a brand we've never heard of, called Across.
Cross car.
Yeah. It seems really reasonable, and a couple of things caught our attention. Obviously, number one, price is very good, but it's the size of that door. Now, I don't know if this is coming out on camera particularly well, but this door is absolutely huge.
Oh! Oh, I like that.
Oh,
I was not expecting that, and I really quite like it. You've got your swivel seat and your table
well,
and
let's
your
go
other travel
through.
seats.
So you've got the set out the front we like,
Yeah.
which is the
You haven't got your
the seat.
sunroof.
I haven't got the sunroof. I can just cut a hole in.
This is a single bed, isn't it?
Second single bed up top.
Ah! Or is it? Or does that... No, because it's level.
No, because there's the things, it stops there, so it does come
so
down
it is
to
a second single bed.
you come in here. You've got
Fly screen.
like a screen
Not a
there.
fly screen. It's a privacy type screen.
Yeah,
So that you've then got an enormous area here that's... Is it a wet room?
it's a wet space. Yeah, because you've got another screen here that comes across.
Where's your shower?
I presume you stood in it. No. Ooh.
Yeah. That's...
We were nearly sold on this, but we can't find a shower.
There's your shower.
There's your shower. I broke it. Don't tell the man.
No, you didn't.
And then a sizable bed.
But at a reasonable height.
Yeah, really good height.
Although
actually.
it means you won't get so much garage space.
But a good amount of storage.
You've got a curtain. Oh, here's your shower curtain that comes round a track above your head.
This is
It's
so different.
a weird setup, but it's actually got quite a few good items.
The thing is with this is, as you look around, I don't know how to feel about it, because number one, we really like this room, but number two, this whole space obviously gets wet,
Yeah.
you know, and it's, I don't know. Is it because it's different? We like it, yet at the same time it's throwing us? I don't know.
That's your normal kind of wardrobe space, isn't it? With your ladder to get up to the individual bunk bed.
This is so
Is it
unique.
just because of the way it's parked that it hasn't got a runoff into? Because there's a plug directly underneath your foot there.
Yeah. Can you see that? Just a white thing is a plug on the floor. This is an entire wet space.
So this is all a wet space, but your kitchen area is still dry because you have the shower curtain.
Covers the entire thing.
It goes round to the door frame.
This is
where you
so unique.
It's for a disabled person, isn't it? Hence the really wide door and the wide doors in here and the wet space. It's for somebody in a wheelchair.
So what Alison's just noticed is on the actual description. Yeah. So this motorhome, I don't know if you can see here, you've got this we believe comes out and then will lift up a wheelchair. It's a motorhome designed for people in wheelchairs. I think that is phenomenal.
That auto lift is an extra 10,000 euros.
Yeah.
Obviously it's within this one, but that's how much it is.
So it's Cross Cars motorhome. It's seriously, if anybody is looking for a motorhome and they're in a wheelchair, what an option. That is brilliant. Extra wide door, lift for the wheelchair. Well done, Cross Cars. So this is a Gotti, did we say?
Giotti
Giotti
line. G-I-O-T-T-I.
by Rapido, which is a name we know.
Yeah.
This one's on for just over 71,000, and we think it may have the bed layout. Yeah, it has. It's got the kind of bed layout we like. I mean, we've shown you enough of these today. Central bed, it's what we prefer. Although this one's quite nice because it's got the skylight directly above and the window both sides. You then got a shower unit on the left here and a separate toilet here with some storage, and wife's trapped me in again. Hello again. And the cut-off door. I do like this cut-off door thing.
Yeah.
It is nice.
It would be good for Spud. Oh look, and it's split, so you can actually have, you don't have to have
Both open to...
both up. You've got a rubber thing in
I
between.
like that, although I will admit to the viewers I am now getting your elbow.
Sorry, darling.
No, it's me. Plenty of storage. Power sockets. I've not been paying any attention to power sockets today.
We've been really dodgy. I don't know how that works.
It strikes me like some of the manufacturers do put quite a few power sockets in, while others, it's lucky if you find more than one or two. Which, in the modern day, when we've all, just be blunt, we've all got a mobile phone to charge, and
we've seen them here,
other,
haven't we?
yeah,
above the oven, which to me is strange.
You're not convinced on that, are you?
No, I'm not. No, I'm not.
She's, and I understand it, concerned about having plug sockets that close to, well, a sink and burners, and then plug sockets. Actually, they're switches. But here is where some of them got plug sockets, and Alison's not convinced on that.
That's a good sized cupboard.
Yeah, that works.
And then you've got space above it as well.
Extra storage up there.
Oh, it's a Thetford fridge, this one. Is this the one of the ones with the... No, it's not. Double thing. Average size.
Yeah,
That's a good size.
it works.
Yeah.
And then we've got a bed up there with a lock.
Ah,
You can lock the bed.
okay.
Okay. I'm sure there's a very valid reason for it. One I can't think off the top of my head, but... And in storage, table and chair setup we like with the swivel chairs, just for the extra space. Is Alison comfortable? Are you comfortable?
Not really.
Not really comfortable.
It's the tip-in bit again.
Or maybe you can tip the chair back and they'll, maybe.
It's still going to have you back at that angle with your head pushed forward,
Yeah.
which to me is not great.
No. But
Probably
hey,
fine for most people, but
no. If we're going to travel the world,
yeah,
it needs to be comfortable. You know? We wouldn't be quite so fussy if we were paying 20,000 for a second-hand 15-year-old motorhome, but you know, when you're looking at, I mean, what was this again, 71 odd thousand euros, you
Without
want
tax.
it to be comfortable for the money. Let's move on. So we're now at a converted Naus, or a converted VW made by Naus, and we're not going to show you a great deal because this is so claustrophobic, and
it's nearly 96,000 euros.
that is 96,000 euros. And I'm going to be honest with you, that is, some of these in here, if you class, you know, one of these as being the best value of this show, that to me has got to be the worst value.
I would say so.
Under 6 meters, that's the shortest one, or the shortest motorhome we've looked in today. Very claustrophobic, and one of the most expensive motorhomes we've seen in this show. We're back at another camper van here, and the romantic in us, we can't help but look at the rear of these vans and go, could you imagine, I mean, ignore this is some second bed thing up high, but could you imagine being sat or laying in that bed looking out of these doors, and obviously not a view of the childcare centre, but the view of a beach or the sea or something.
That's the salon of breastfeeding.
I'm taking
breastfeeding.
footage. I'm going to move this around.
Well, there's no one there, so you're fine. But do you know what? I like that they've actually got a specific area for breastfeeding.
Yeah, give them the due on that.
Not that I have a problem with breastfeeding in public.
I know it's got opaque glass. I just feel a little weird pointing
I
the
get
camera
that.
at it.
I do get that, my love. I do get that.
But back to the camper. So yeah, obviously not that view, but if you had spectacular views, this is the one thing we're going to lose by going for a big serious motorhome. In addition, you obviously then have the problem, there's a couple of people here, but you lose this big side sliding door. But the downside is you don't get a lot of room.
And the garage actually is really tiny,
Yeah.
because this is all
There's actually
wires
water and
for your
stuff in there.
water. And then this side is your space for your gas bottles.
So your gas bottles in there, and then probably just a bit of storage underneath.
So there'll be storage that you can access from here, but you have to have the bed up to do it. And really, that's your only garage.
Yeah. But it's the trade-off, isn't it?
Yeah.
To have these big side doors, the back doors there looking out onto beautiful scenery, you give up a substantial amount of space.
And it's still
The other-
70,000.
Yeah, and it's still very expensive for what it is. Of course, the other thing as well is you will get, or we could get to a lot more places in this van
Yeah.
over, like we say, purpose or not, proper motorhomes.
I mean,
It's that balance, it's that trade-off,
well,
isn't
they
it?
also do. I've seen campers like this that are four-wheel drive,
Yeah,
so you could go more or less anywhere
yeah,
in that.
yeah,
But they're then over 100,000.
yeah. It's such a difficult decision. So we've pretty much seen everything. So we're going to call it for a day and head home.
What was your star of the show then?
I loved the little caravan. Yeah, I can't help. My heart goes out to Little Caravan.
Yeah.
Look, I mean, there's been lots of interesting motorhomes, and it's given us a lot to think about. But yeah, I have fallen in love. We can never buy one. It doesn't suit what we need, but we have kind of fallen in love with that.
I
Yeah?
concur.
Yeah. Look,
The happy caravan.
the happy caravan.
Happy caravan.
But look, that's it for this week. Next week we will get back to normality, or the normal type of video, something a bit more fun and interesting around the area. But as part of the journey of what we're doing, we wanted to make sure we shared this experience with you. Thanks for watching this week, and
Let's go
we'll see you
home.
next time. Yeah, let's go home. Bye for now.
Bye.